What's up guys, it's your boy Mikey Bustos here, aka AntsCanada. Welcome to the AntsCanada Ant channel. You know, it's been such a fantastic ride since the AntsCanada Ant store opened. And recently we had to close our stores because we were relocating our main office to Asia, where we began to manufacture our products. And now we have two plants. Manufacturing locations, one here in Toronto, Canada, and one in Manila. So it actually helps us with shipping and helps you guys as well, because shipping costs won't be so much depending on where you're from. But I wanted to create this video to let you guys know how your products are packed and how they're shipped to you guys, because I know a lot of you had a lot of questions regarding how the order process works, how shipping works, and even with the new products that are available. So this video will go over that for you. The product that we have available now in terms of Formicaria is our AntsCanada Habitat Nest Classic. Of course, this is the Habitat Nest that we all learn to love. All of you AntsCanada customers from all over the world, ants really love these homes. So we haven't deviated from this. I know at one point we were planning on launching a kind of like a 3D version of the Habitat Nest, and that's currently still under development because the problem with that nest, the Habitat Nest in the aquarium type style, was that shipping was difficult. It would often break. And also, this design really worked so well for us here at AntsCanada, and for all of you guys who already have your AntsCanada habitat nests. You know that ants simply just love living in them. And for those of you who don't have one of these yet, I'll show you. It's really a design we're really proud of. It took several years of engineering. Essentially, it consists of pre-made tunnels for the ants to live in. You see that? The actual material is called soakstone, which was engineered by us here at AntsCanada. It's highly water absorbent and it's very natural, totally organic, no chemicals added. The ants simply love living in them. Nests that were made of pumice or white tongue or cork or plaster, the ants kind of don't have that opportunity to dig and to like customize their living space, and that is such an integral part of ant behavior that you shouldn't eliminate. You know, in our opinions, the ants should feel really at home. So the great thing about this soakstone material, this kind of gravelly looking layer, is that the ants can actually pull pieces of that out and kind of place it where they want, but at the same time they're unable to block the glass and hide away from the glass. So it's also one of the reasons why we eliminated and got rid of our pumice nests, because the pumice nests were kind of a problem. They didn't allow the ants to dig, and we found that a lot of ants were really kind of just sitting around in the nest, you know. Some were cleaning the nests, but there was just something unnatural about ants kept in a formicarium that didn't allow the ants to dig. And so we began to discuss whether or not we were going to keep the pumice nests around, and we decided to eliminate them from our store. So if for those of you who are asking where did the pumice nests go, well, there you go, there it is. If you look in the back, this is essentially where you add the water. This syringe, which comes with the kit, simply screws on there. You fill it with water, you inject the water in, and it comes out of this spout here. See that little metal sort of spout right there? There. It comes out of there. And originally we cut that so you couldn't see the metal spout, but then we found ants were able to stick pieces of the soakstone into the needle, and so that caused problems of clogging. So what we do now is we let it protrude a little bit so that the ants don't really put anything in that area, and it helps with hydration. Of course, this habitat nest comes with a stand, so it sits like so, but you can also display it without a stand. Totally fine. Of course, completely solid, completely sealed everywhere. It's escape proof. And the kit comes with tubing, which just fits right there, no glue or anything else needed. Fits perfectly there. And the kit also comes with a test tube for queen rearing. For those of you who are catching queens now, totally cool. People have been messaging me questioning the prices of our products. It's been such a long time struggle for me. These formicariums are completely premium products. They last for years and years, and for colony after colony, and even myself, I still have so many of these formicariums laying around that were used for previous colonies that can totally be used again for any other colonies that I might have. Now, the reason why they're a little bit on the high end in terms of price is mostly because of the materials. It's definitely a product that is made of a series of very hard to get and fairly pricey materials, to be quite honest. And creating it is a 25-step process. It takes 3 days to make these. They're not made overnight, and they're made completely by hand. And right now, I create almost every single one of these myself, and I make sure they are top formicariums. I create them as if they're for myself. Again, for those of you who have had our products, you'll see it's just nothing really competes with this. This is just years of engineering in terms of ant keeping and keeping ants completely comfortable and healthy. And any money spent to get one of these, believe me, take my word for it, it's definitely worth every penny, and it will last you a lifetime as long as you don't break this glass. In terms of naturalism, this truly is perhaps the most natural habitat for them and for the ants, and when you actually keep ants in here, you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay, so time to pack this order. This order here is going to Midland. And this, of course, is an order for the AntsCanada Habitat Classic Nest, which is fairly large. I don't know if you see that, and quite heavy. So we make sure it's nicely packaged. We have tons of bubble wrap here. And when you order our Habitat AntsCanada Nest, we offer free shipping worldwide. That's another great thing about this. This person is not paying for shipping at all, whether or not she lived in Midland or whether she lived in, I don't know, Estonia. And it'll get to her place in about 4 days. It's a tubing right there. She gets, of course, this. Gets the test tube, and it's packed. Nice and packaged. And then we pack this up. It gets shipped to you through Canada Post. And if you live in the US, you get it through USPS. So we guarantee that we ship it out 3 to 5 weeks after your order. So you kind of have to be patient because a lot of these are going out on a daily basis. And, it kind of gets hard, especially during peak season, like in the summer and in Christmas. But we try our best to get them all out as soon as we can. For those of you who are looking at this, these are the AntsCanada Macro Habitat Outworlds. They're also available at our store. Limited quantity though. We don't have very much of these left. They're also going pretty fast. Oops, I forgot to add this. It's the stand. Another thing that comes completely free with this order of the AntsCanada Habitat Nest Classic is our awesome, super helpful AntsCanada Ultimate Ant Keeping Handbook. It comes free if you order any of our AntsCanada Formicaria, and it gets emailed to you. It's in a PDF format. We are working on converting it to different formats, so hang in there. And it has everything you need to know, literally. Like, it even has a section on different species and how to care for them. And it's totally helpful. Also, one more announcement before I leave. The Global Ant Nursery is back. For those of you who aren't aware of what that is it's a worldwide initiative that the AntsCanada Ant Store launched back 2 years ago. And it did really well. What it is it's kind of like a worldwide adoption program. For those of you who follow AntsCanada closely, you know that we do not support the keeping of exotic ants or ants shipped in from another area that you might have ordered online. Very bad ecologically, and the entire biological community, professional biologists and entomologists and myrmecologists worldwide agree that it's a very dangerous practice. even if you feel like the ants won't survive in the climate that you're in, or it's impossible for them to escape your setup. There's a whole series of other problems that can arise from keeping non-native fauna, including the spread of foreign disease to your local fauna. And it's kind of cruel too to keep ants that are not from your area, because they're not used to your climate, and they're not used to things like the diet that you're providing them, things like that. So we at Ants Canada encourage the keeping of local species, and we totally recognize that not everyone is as ant crazed as some of us are. We'll spend hours outside looking for queen ants and that sort of thing. So what we did was we created kind of like I guess kind of like a market for the sale of ants, queen ants in particular, and young colonies. And it worked really well, but we had to shut it down because we didn't have the manpower, to be honest, to run such a giant project. But now we do, and this time we are looking for just a select few ant farmers from all over the world, particularly from the major cities where there might be the most people needing to buy queen ants. And this way we hook people up and provide ants from your local area, and you're not shipping ants in from, say, a different country. We have very strict policies for it now, but it is relaunching. So be sure to check out our site, AntsCanada.com, if you want to purchase queens, if you're looking to purchase queens, or if you're willing to join the Ants Canada team and sell queen ants under the Ants Canada network. And I guess that's it. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for the support. Be sure also to follow us on Twitter. We are starting to become very active on Twitter now, tweeting everything about ants, when species are flying, ant articles, etc., etc. And if you need to get a hold of us, it's a great way to message us, especially if you have an ant emergency. So follow us on Twitter. That's @AntsCanada. And that's it. Thank you guys for the support, and keep spreading that ant love. And we will continue making quality products for you guys out there, and to keep you and your ants perfectly happy. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.